Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm reaching out to the student body. Okay, students, we are about to start the semester. Next week, classes will be starting, so I thought I'll put together a simple video to get you prepared and to show you exactly what you need to know when you go through the course. Now, this video is your first introduction to your class. Remember, I have multiple classes I'm teaching, so I'm sending out this general video to all of the students. Your first discussion question will be this video log with the end part showing you exactly how to submit your documents, how to turn in your labs, and even doing a little demonstration on how to do the labs. So make sure when you get into your class, you go through the entire video for your first discussion question. Now, let me make this clear for everyone. I understand that the semester is just starting, so you're doing a lot of things. You got to get back into the groove of school, but it's important that when I send you this video log, you watch it. It gets you prepared for your classes. This is how I do. Some of you've been in classes with me before, so you know how I am. But this gets you prepared. But when the class opens on the 20th, make sure you go review the first discussion question. That is mission critical. It is important because it's going to tell you how to submit your assignments. Now, I'm going to demonstrate two classes here, but I'm going to send this out to all of the students. But I'm just going to show you how two classes, because all of my classes, I make them cookie cutter classes, meaning everything is the same on every class. So no one gets confused, because some of you who take these IT classes, you go through multiple classes with me. So I want to make sure it's a familiar environment for you. So you can go in there and say, oh, I know exactly what Professor Sistrunk wants me to do, and you begin to do it. And most importantly, the first thing I definitely want you to do is always review the video logs. I'm gonna always send them to you early so you can review them before the week kicks in, but review your discussion questions because they will always have a video log on me giving you instructions. This is my way of doing my lectures, but you can always ask me questions. So let's get ready to go into the actual classes. Now, once we go into the first class, that will be considered phase 1. Okay, now we are in phase 1. This particular part will deal with making sure you understand how to navigate inside of the D2L shell. If you notice, I have at the very top the course title and name, CNS 105, Networking Essentials. But if I click on this next tab, it says CNS CIS 218, Linux Essentials. You are in either one of those classes, but I have students I'm going to send this to who are not in neither one of those classes. But I want them to understand that all of my shells are built the exact same way. So whatever class you go in, CIS 101 or CNS 238, whichever class you go in, it will look exactly the same. And the reason I do this is because I want students to be familiar with their environment. You know how sometimes you take a class, one class look this way, another class look that way, and you're all confused? I want you who take classes with me to understand their environment. So that's why I do it that way. If you notice, you will see that I always start off on my welcome screen with a vlog. Now, when you receive this vlog, you will notice that it's built for these two classes here, but it's the same information for any class that you take with me. So please don't get confused. I know, I'm asking too much. But anyway, so you will notice that is a vlog here. Also, you will see that I have read your syllabus. I have on here another section that says discussion board. If I click over here to the next class, you will see the exact same thing. No difference. So read what I call your home page. This is your home page. Read it. Read the information on it, please. Okay, here we go. Now, on some classes, embedded inside of some classes, I put folders. So you see this folder right here? It has a lot of files that the students will use in the class. Sometimes I don't like students searching around for folders and files and assignments and labs, so I put it on the home page, and all they have to do is download it to their desktop, put it in a secure area on their desktop, and they have everything they need for the class. Other classes are not like that. That's because you'll go into a portal and your information will be right there. And I'll explain that in the last phase of these video logs. So remember, this is an introduction to D2L Shell, but I'm going to have in the discussion section a detailed video log on how I want you to turn in your files and folders to me. I may even send it to you earlier, like I'm gonna send this one to you, but that's how I do things, because I like to do things as a professional. I don't get emotional. I don't have issues. I'm a professional. So that's how I like to do things. And I hope you'll get there too. You may already be there. I'm gonna know that when you take this class. Moving right along. Okay, so you have different sections: content, discussion, assignments, quiz and exams, grades, blah, 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 blah. You want to make sure that you cover all of these. For instance, you'll go into the content section and you'll look around in there. And if I click over to the next class and go into the content section, you will see it's the same setup. Syllabus, the application that you'll be using to do your work, a Zoom link, and each one of the sections that break down what is required in the first week of that class. But remember, everything you need to know is in one specific place, and that's your syllabus. Always, always consult the syllabus to make sure you know. Syllabus is king in all of my classes, so make sure you read through it thoroughly. It'll tell you about your assignments here. It'll tell you all the information you need to know about doing your work. Here you go. Week by week by week. Review your syllabus. And it's the same way when you go to the next class. Syllabus right here. Make sure you review it. Okay? Moving right along. Discussion section. Now this is mission critical. This is important. When you hear me use the term mission critical, which I will use a lot in some of my classes, it's telling you that's super important. Pay attention. You have rules for posting. Follow those rules. I'm not going to say anything else because you can read the rules. Follow those rules. That's how I determine what grade you will receive. And then you have the discussion questions below. So make sure you review your rules, then read the discussion question thoroughly. One of the rules is going to be this. Are you answering the question, or are you talking to somebody else in the classroom? Another rule going to be, did you put a link in there when the professor told you no links in the discussion question? So be careful. I have to deal with the safety and protection of all of you, so make sure you follow the rules. Let's go to the assignment section. Now, when we get to the assignment section, some of you will have this section, some of you will not. But those of you who will have it will be given detailed instructions in that first discussion video log on how to do your work, how to turn it in the proper way. And listen, once the week is over, you don't get to turn the work in. It's gone. It's done. It's over. It's over. No, let me stop. It's over. Okay, moving right along. And then you got quizzes and exams. Make sure you check your quizzes and exam section, because you will have a quiz or an exam. So make sure you check it. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to go into phase 2. Phase 2 is super important because we're going to talk about the final exam. Yeah. Phase 2. Now, this is just a preliminary showing. This does not apply to everyone, but I want you to get a basic understanding of how I want you to give your files to me. Okay, so the first thing that's important is that you need to know how to get to your files and folders. Now, I'm going to use this class as an example, but every class is going to have a different way of how they have to present their data to me. So what I want to do is just give you a general idea, but understand in the discussion section, I am going to have a detailed step-by-step process on how you need to turn in your files and folders to me. That means it can be packet tracer, it can be labs, it can be screenshots, it can be multiple things, or it can be all of those and then some. So just make sure when you go to the discussion question, in the first one, it will tell you step by step how I need you to turn your work in to me the right way. And I stress this because sometimes students want to do their own thing. No! Stay focused. I know, Professor, you're getting a little carried away. Slow down. But students, it's important because in the work world, your managers will tell you exactly how they want to receive things. And I have so many students who call me because they wonder why their managers are upset with them. So don't be that person. Do your work correctly. And I know you're saying, how can you equate the work world with classes? Students, understand this. The way we teach you to do things, we teach you this way because it's important. When you're working in the IT industry, I can't speak about no other industry, but when you're working in the IT industry, how you present your work matters. Managers don't want to fumble through a lot of things. They want to get straight to the point. And when I have somebody turning work into me in the work world, that's a whole lot of mess. I'm like, oh my God. But anyway, let's not get carried away. Let's stay focused. Okay, so focusing in on this is important. So let's go here. I know some students saying, as long as I do the job, that's all that matters. Yeah, go with that. Okay, let's get back into this. So in here, this particular class has what we call files. So all the students have to do is click on this here. And what will happen, I don't know if you saw it, something shot up to the top of the screen where the files are being downloaded. Now those particular files gonna drop to the desktop. All the student have to do is open up the folder, and there it is. These are the files. Now students, just to be clear, you saw me open up this folder, but you know that that's a zip file. So make sure you take it out of the zip file like I did. I already pre-did this. And then you got the file right there. Now I'm gonna take that file out of here and put it here. Now, students in CIS 105, understand, once again and again, I am gonna go through a detailed step-by-step process on how you should do this. I'm just doing a quick way so you can see it, okay? Now, I'm gonna come back to the actual site, and in that site, I'm gonna go here to assignments. But before I go to assignments, I have to make this look like I'm a student. So let me go over here and click here, and that's still not student. I'm gonna change it, and I'm gonna put student in, and now I'm gonna click on assignments, and this would allow me to upload the file. So I'm gonna go ahead and click here, and right here you'll see a section where you can make comments, and you'll see a section where you can add a file and go to your computer. I don't have to go no farther than this because I think everybody understands how to upload folders and files. I mean, really, don't you? Of course you do. You're dynamic individuals. Outstanding, outstanding. But anyway, let me move on. So that's how CNS 105 will turn in files and folders to me. But everybody gonna have their own way, and I didn't really go into detail. I just wanted to show an example of how you have to turn in your material. Remember, in every class that you take in the universe, you have to submit your work that you completed on time and hopefully complete it correctly. So this is the same way, but you have a certain way of how you have to do it. Okay. That's section 2. Let's move on. We are now in phase 3. And what is phase 3? Phase 3 is just basically going to have a conversation with you about what you need to expect. So we talked about the discussion section. Now, when you go to the discussion section, you're going to see this video log, the one that we're doing here, and this particular video log is going to break down how you need to submit your files, your labs, your packet tracers, whatever assignments you have to turn in. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to show you how to do it, and I need you to do it that way. And it also will be talking about the actual portal that you will be using. Most of you will have different portals. Now, of course, the NetAcad people, Networking Essentials, Linux Essentials, they will be working out of the Cisco portal. But some of you will be working out of other portals, like the CIS 101 class will be working out of the Pearson portal. But I will explain to you how I need you to turn that work in that first video log. And the last thing I'm going to do is give a brief lecture on the first few chapters, whatever those chapters entail. So be prepared for that information, but it will be in a discussion session for the first week. The reason I didn't put it in here, which is obvious, is because every student has a different portal that they'll be working out of. So that's a different type of mind thinking to present that information to you. With that being said, I will see you next week after the weekend, after your holiday, and you will be ready to go. But remember, I have Zoom meetings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So there's no excuses of I couldn't get in contact with my professor. Try to send an email to say, hey, professor, I'm going to meet you in a Zoom meeting today, tonight, or whatever, so we can begin to help you complete your assignments on time. This is Professor Sistrunk. I hope you enjoyed this time, and I'll see you in the next video log.